That's what I'm talking about. Morning smoothie. That's what I do. How you doing, guys? I was watching a YouTube video this morning. One of Voltaire's videos on Sweden and Sharia law. It's going on Oskamkwa. And the content of the video is for another day, but it was actually the ad that popped up before. It was actually the ad that popped up before the video that really piqued my interest. Now, something I hadn't really realized too much before now. You see ads on TV and it's like ads, whatever. I barely watch TV anyway. But let's face it, YouTube and video streaming sites are the new TV. So, it's just the progression of the world. And what the ad actually was it was a woman saying, all of these CEOs, getting all this money or something like that, on these big salaries, whatever it was she was saying, but she was basically saying, there's all these CEOs, and we can't even afford to pay the electricity bill. And it got me thinking back to another ad years and years ago when I used to watch TV, years and years ago, where the guy came through and, they were retired, but the guy came through and he's like all happy and he's all in a good mood, and he was like looking really fit, and he goes, "I'm as fit as a fiddle. I could live till I'm 90. And the woman goes, "Oh." And the guy says, "What do you mean, oh?" She says, "Well, I've just been looking at our superannuation, which is like your retirement fund, and it only looks like we're going to be able to afford to live until we're 70 or so." And the guy says, "What? Even with the kids off our hands?" And she said, "Yeah, well, that's all our super allows for." Now, firstly, there is no way in the burning depths of hell that the Australian government would ever let retirees go homeless. And if they did, then, well, there'd have to be more to it than meets the eye. And it got me thinking, right? And this is something that I've noticed as a bit of a constant. Why is it never the guys saying, "Oh, well, we don't have enough money"? Why is it never the guys saying, "Well, all these CEOs and we can't even afford to pay the bills"? I'll tell you why. Because the guys barely ever say that. The guys say, well, if he's a CEO, well, he probably did well at school, and then he probably went to uni, and then he probably went and started working at a job and worked his way up and kept going on to higher and higher jobs, which is what you do if you want to get to the top, right? You can't just sit there either working in a menial job or something that's nice and cushy and nice and convenient, right? You don't get to the top by working easy, convenient jobs. You don't get to the top by working part-time. You don't get to the top by sitting at home and letting your partner bring home the bacon. That's how you don't get to the top. So when you don't get to the top because you make any of those three choices, or any other reasons that are well within your control, then you don't get to turn around and complain that you can't pay your electricity bill while there's CEOs out there making more than you. This is typical victim mentality that I see so much of. And guys, when I was younger, I was dating this girl and she was 18. And you know what she said to me? Every week she was saying, "Oh, you know what? Let's go out to dinner tonight." And I'd always pay, every time. And that's cool. Like, that is what it is. That's what you do when you're dating and you're 18, right? Because you don't know any better. Because you see your dad always paying for the family. Not thinking logically about the fact that, well, your dad chose to have a family and chose to let his partner stay at home and chose to have kids. It's like, well, okay, well, if you're the only one making an income, then it it would make sense that you're the only one that has the money to pay, right? But this particular person, I met her through a company that we were both working for. So she was working part-time, living at home. She had a little bit of money, not heaps, but she had enough. She certainly had more left over than me, because I was living out of home. I was paying all my bills, plus I was paying for her. So even though I earned more than her per week gross, my net savings was actually negative. I was going into debt, whereas she was saving money. And she said to me one day, I want to go out for dinner. And I said, look, can we wait till I get paid? I can't afford to go out for dinner right now. She goes, what do you mean you can't afford to go out to dinner? I said, well, we've been out to dinner the last 3 nights and I have no money left. Like, it's all spent. It's done. And she goes, oh, well, great boyfriend you are. And I said, listen, I'm your boyfriend. I'm not a wallet. She goes, well, you're my boyfriend. You're meant to pay for everything. And as if, like, how could that not have been a red pill moment for me? I was indignant at the time. I was annoyed. I was like, well, just because I'm your boyfriend doesn't mean I have to pay for everything. But if I knew then what I knew now, it would have made total sense. And I would have said, okay, see you later. If that's how you think about things, goodbye. Of course, when we'd have arguments, she'd say, because I'd stay over at her house almost every night. Whenever we'd have arguments, she'd say, get out of my house. And then if I didn't go, she'd scream at me to get out. Then if I started to go, she'd scream at me, where the hell do you think you're going? So it's like, you can't win either way. And these are the mind games and the manipulation that get used against you. And it's not great. But, to get back to the topic of this video, and I believe that I've sort of been on that track fairly well. I know I sometimes do go a little bit off topic. But this is exactly what I'm saying about the whole poor me mentality. It's like, oh, poor me. I can't afford to pay the bill. Poor me. Our superannuation isn't going to give us a comfy lifestyle until we're 90 years old. Poor me. Patriarchy. Poor me this. Poor me that. There's always poor me. Poor me, you're being an arsehole, so get out of my house. Poor me, you're being an arsehole because you're leaving my house when I didn't tell you to. It's like, but you just did. Like, well, that was 2 minutes ago. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. And we see this all the time, especially with the whole domestic violence thing. And look, I do not in any way advocate domestic violence from one person to another. I don't advocate violence from one person to another, period. Regardless of their gender, regardless of their age, regardless of their social standing or circumstance. Yes, there may be situations that invoke or inflame things to the point of it getting physical, but those situations are what they are. Shitty situations that should never have happened. But when you start playing the poor me card all the time and start saying, and look, guys play the poor me card as well, like, don't get me wrong, like, especially beta males, they say, oh, poor me, girls don't pay interest to me, poor me, I can never get, the job I want, poor me, I don't have enough money, poor me, I don't have a house, poor me, okay, fucking do something about it. Right? And I had a discussion on one of my videos the other day, and I was surprised at the the end net result of the woman that I was engaging with, because she basically said, why are you women so afraid of why are you guys so afraid of educated women? Go check out my video on the Sydney man drought if you haven't seen it already. Went viral. Share it with your friends. And she was commenting saying, well, why are you guys so afraid of educated women? And basically, like, when I sat back and I objectively looked at it from a woman's lens, I got where she was coming from, but at the same time there were some points that needed to be addressed, so I addressed them in due course. And she actually responded back rather thoughtfully, and she agreed with me that women below 45 to 50 tend to be more entitled, and she said to me that she's seen the evolutionary change in society and how things are going on, and she also admitted to me that she thinks things have taken a turn for the worst, and respect where respect is due. I can respect someone that can think critically outside of their own worldview and look at how things may be possible. And I think it's important to do that whenever we don't understand someone else's point of view. Right? And look, you know, when I hear, you know, like over time I've realized that a lot of feminist theory is just an absolute joke. Right? But I mean, the fundamental tenets behind what I believe to be feminism and what I see as feminism in the dictionary, which is the source of the meanings of words, it's like, okay, well, I support the rights of women, right, to be equal to the rights of men, but I don't support the rights of women to give them leverage over men. And this is the important distinction to be made, right? Because you can't say, oh, well, we want equality, and in order to give us equality you need to give me X rights, because there's some rights that when you give to a person, in this case namely women, some rights when you give to a woman, it actually negates many of the rights of men. And it's not like, you know, oh, you know, men have got the right to beat women up and treat them like shit and do whatever they want. It's like, well, okay, it's not, there's no legally enshrined right that entitles anybody to that, male or males, right? But there are so many loopholes in Western law that entitles women to the exact same kind of prejudiced entitlement. It allows them and it enables them, and it allows them to choose to cause harm and damage to men. I'm going to pull over so I can read some of these comments here. Allows them to cause harm and damage to men simply by way of expressing a thought or a statement of situation, whether or not that be factual or not. What do we got here? Yeah, I'm back, underdog. What's going on, man? Sort of Damocles, good to see you, brother. Smash that like button. Show me some love, guys. It's 16 in the box right now. 11 thumbs up. Thank you so much. Never visited Bangkok. Have to Salcero. Dynamite Rabbit says women do not believe in meritocracy. They see people as if they're a carton of eggs. Sadly, that is the case with far too many. What's going on, Omega, my man? Mad Taoist, women want to retire like they go on vacation. They want to do nothing. Men want to retire like they go on vacation. They want to go on an adventure and create something. Harmonic says, well, I want to leave school and be the CEO and I want it now. Exactly. What else we got here? MGTOW Investor says women are princesses that can do no wrong. Well, that is a lot of the ideology that's been pushed forward, which has caused the feminist Duluth model for domestic violence, and a lot of gynocentric laws that favor women and not men. Sort of Damocles works hard. Good man. Appreciate you, Sort of Damocles. Actually, I'm just going to quickly, give me a second, guys. Just going to refer back to some stuff there. I'm going to go direct deposit my paycheck into my girlfriend's account and tell her what to do. Does MGTOW Investor? No, sounds like you're very smart. Sounds like you are being facetious there, and I would agree that that's a bad idea. Hefe Salcero says, buying a house as a single man, no problem. Buying a house with a wife, big problem. Be prepared to spend on that money pit. She'll demand it. Spend. Shoes. Yeah. Sermi, what's going on? Neorod, welcome, brother. Yeah, so Neored says the connection with her needs and the poor me mentality. When her needs aren't met, she pulls the poor me card. Yep, she may even push for the family dog to sleep in the bed with you, between you and her. almost read through this. Yeah, MGTOW Investor says, oh my god, he's going to read all my sarcasm. And I did pick up on that sarcasm. It was well played, sir. Well played. Alright, so I may not be able to read any more of these comments because I'm jumping back on the road, but I'm going to continue speaking. Sorry guys, just getting back up to highway speed there. So, yeah, look, at the end of the day, guys, if you hear any red flags from a woman like, oh, you're my boyfriend, you're supposed to pay for things, or how are we going to afford this? You know, listen for these subtle signs that there's an expectation that things are to be paid for by you as the man. You know, it's only when you find, you know, and I know some people that are in happy relationships, and typically there's no issues around money in those happy relationships. And when I say there's no issues around money, I mean she pays for herself, or she makes an equal contribution, right? Or she doesn't demand things. Right? So let's say, for example, you know, a guy has a house and she's living there with him. If she pays for like all the electricity and water and food, and the guy's just paying the mortgage, that's cool. You're contributing to the household. Whereas if she's got the heater running all the time, she's constantly, you know, spending on, you know, furniture and decorations and all of this kind of stuff, don't be surprised when she turns around and says, oh, I want to go on a holiday. Don't be surprised when she turns around and she says, oh, I don't have any money for this, you know, can you help me? You have to look at the spending habits of people. Like, I looked at my own spending habits the other day. I did a budget. Guys, I'm going to share that with you soon, actually. I might put up a docs link, a Google Docs link. I'll put a blank template. You guys can play around with it. But it basically, I had a tab for my car expenses, a tab for my bike expenses. I've got all my accommodation expenses. I literally drilled down to everything. It was really, 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 really insightful. And it shows me, for example, you know, one little thing you might say, it's only $10. But that $10 is 20 cents per week. $10 is 20 cents per week. Spend 10 lots of $10, that's $2 a week. And $2 a week still isn't much, but guys, it all adds up. That $133 for a new bike battery, that's $2 a week over the course of a year. Don't underestimate. Sorry, it's $2 a month. Hang on. Yeah, $2 a week. Don't underestimate how expensive this stuff is. You know, it's only when you truly understand the power of compounding expense that you understand the crippling effect of it also. And you know, in the Western schools, we are not taught how to budget. We're not taught the value of money. We're not taught how everything kind of adds up. Awas Kamkwa says, I got myself budgeted down to my daily coffee. My man, Awas Kamkwa, that's exactly what I've done. Oh shit, there's a 3-car pile up there. Ain't gonna be me. But Awas Kamkwa, you're exactly right. Like, I've got myself budgeted way down. Like, I decided to sleep in a little bit today, and I took the tolls. And you best believe that I know exactly how much that toll cost me. You best believe that I know exactly how much that drills down to per month and per week. You best believe I know exactly how much that drills down to for the year to take that toll. You best believe I have everything added up and collated. You know, I know exactly what's going on with my money. You have to. And yes, a bachelor is someone who deprives some poor woman out of a divorce What's going on, 911 and Gaz? Appreciate you guys. Some guys at work get 3 or 4 $2 coffees per day and I don't get it. Yeah, exactly. $8 a day, $40 a week. It's about $180, almost $190 a month, guys, for 4 $2 coffees a day. And I know people that pay like $5, $6 for their coffee and they get 2 of them a day. You get two $6 coffees a day because like all that is, it's like an extra shot of coffee and soy. Well, why am I not surprised? Extra shot of coffee and soy at a nice cafe might cost you $6. Get 2 of those a day, that's $12, right? $12 a day, $60 a week, $120, $240. That's almost $280 to $300 a month for 2 coffees a day. Almost $300 a month. Guys, I don't care how rich or how poor you are, you can always find ways to reduce your expenses. That's why I take my smoothie from home instead of having a coffee at work. That's why I bring my lunchbox. Instead of spending $10 a day on, as nice as they are, the turkey breast with cranberry sauce. What do they call it? They call it the name escapes me right now, but there's this really, it's called Toscana. It's this really yummy turkey breast and turkey bread wrap that comes with cranberry sauce from the cafe near my work. It's really yum. But I never have cash on me, right? Well, today I do. I found $50 in my pocket, which is pretty sick. MGTOW Poetry says, I'm listening to the math and damn, bro, I got confessions. Man, it's cool, like, it's cool. MGTOW Poetry, brother. PJ, my man, I'm here to help you, bro. I'm here to help you. I'm here to deliver those daily red pills and get you thinking about these things. I'm not here to criticize you. I'm not here to tell you that you're doing the wrong thing. What's going on? It's all a lie. Appreciate you guys. Man, I'm loving this drive this morning. It's so beautiful. The traffic in the other direction is absolutely shite and it's glorious in my direction. It's how it is. But PJ, man, yeah, look, it's good to see your channel growing, by the way. And yeah, man, just if you want, PJ, drop me an email, man. I'll share that. I'll share that budget spreadsheet with you, dude. It'll blow your mind. It will blow your mind. 911 Nomad says, when I was younger, I had a girlfriend that lived with me at my family's house. And when she started acting crazy and bitchy, she tried to tell me she had squatters' rights to my house. Wow. It's like, oh, okay, I'm a bitch and I don't want to go, so therefore I own your house. That's basically the mentality of way too many women out there. Way too many women out there. Very concerning. Mad Taoist. I do know how to cook for myself, only on a very basic level. I'm not amazing cook, but what I do cook, I'm good at. I did have my mum around, fortunately. Sorry, I did have my dad around, as well as my mum, so I wasn't raised in a single mother household, very, very fortunately. Things may have turned out a lot differently. My dad was a big influence in my life. But anyway, guys, anyone that you hear with the poor me mentality, get out now. Walk away, sayonara, see you later. You really got to bounce. Sort of Damocles makes and grows his own food. What a legend! It's how we do. It's how you got to do it. It's how you got to do it. You got to, you know, if you can grow your own veggies and not spend money on food, and if you can cut out those coffees, if you can bring your own drinks to work, make your own breakfast, and I'm not saying like, you know, go out and buy breakfast cereal and then buy milk. I'm talking like, you know, for example, like this, I buy the frozen fruit chunks from Coles, like the Snap frozen ones. It's got like mango and pineapple and all the tropical fruits, and it's literally just pure fruit chunks. Put it in the blender, bit of water, bit of protein powder, and I'm done. I'm out. I'm gone. See you later. It's so good. I love it. It's so tasty. You know, it's inexpensive. It doesn't. I'm not paying for coffees in the morning. Plus my breakfast. This gives me the energy that I need. So I'm not having breakfast and then getting to work and going, oh, I need a coffee. Oh, I'm gonna get a banana bread as well. Oh, and I'll get like this little thing. Because how many guys do you see going into the office, you know, working in the office, and you know, they're just, man, they're literally just growing fat from eating all this crap from the cafes, and the cafes are growing fat off you. Their wallet's growing fat off yours. It's all a lie. It's a very good combination, bro. Can't remember exactly what was in mine, but it was cool. It was cool. So guys, get your smoothies in the morning. Learn how to cook, even if it's just a few basic healthy dishes. Like literally just get a couple of veggies that you like, chop them up, throw them in a pan with a little bit of coconut oil, not extra virgin olive oil. Use coconut oil, just enough so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And just turn the heat on and just stir it every couple of minutes. Just like, so good. Mad Taoist, a gentleman response for a gentleman. That's what I'll say about that response. Anyway, guys, stay away from the victims. Stay away from the poor me mentality. Stay away from the you're my boyfriend, so you got to pay for everything type of women. Just keep away from it all. Grow your own fruits and veggies if you can. Have your smoothie instead of buying a coffee and banana bread in the morning. And if you're going to have a coffee, don't have sugar. If you're going to have sugar, have half a teaspoon and graduate your way down to nothing. Grill some steaks with no soy milk. Correct. Exactly. PJ, how good spaghetti, brother. How good spaghetti. But try some spelt pasta, PJ. It's actually pretty good. Surprisingly. Try a few different ones until you get one you like. My sister makes it sometimes, and I've got to admit, it's pretty sweet. And you know, get some veggies in with some beef mince, some stock, you know, water instead of fizzy drinks. Exactly right, Riff Magos, my man. Good to see you, Riff Magos. Whatever my work says, if she's entitled, she's not worth my attention or money. Exactly, my man. Epicel if you're desperate for poon, consider a rental. Dynamite Rabbit, man, don't deprive yourself of the odd beer, but just don't get sloshed on it too often, because you know the beer belly gets you, especially as you get older and your metabolism fails. Anyway, guys, it's so good to see all of you. I am back, going to be bringing really positive messages. Yeah, look, I know that there's some people may say that it's a little bit negative to be saying about the things to watch out for in a woman, but I think that there is a way that we can be accepting of female nature and help each other to warn ourselves about it, right? And acknowledge that there are some females that don't fit into that mold, just like there are some men that are not masculine, just like there are some men that don't act like men, that don't behave like men, right? And you know, there are certain traits which are inherently in every female, but some more prominent than others, and some are suppressed. Exactly. Look, it's all a lie. There's still going to be some red pill rage with some things that I come up with, but I really, guys, I really want to bring you men a positive message. I really want to uplift you men. I don't want to be putting you guys, I don't want to be, like, if you guys are going through the red pill stage, I don't want to be holding you guys in that stage. It's not healthy for you. It's not positive. It's not positive for me. It's not positive for you guys. It's not positive for any of us. And I really appreciate you guys coming and joining me every day. And I love giving this advice. Right? And some people might say, well, you know, who are you to give advice? It's like, well, I'm me. And if you want to listen to it, then listen to it. If you don't, then don't. That's cool. And we all go through our anger phase, especially when we take the red pill. We all go through it, guys. but it doesn't mean we need to stay in it, right? Because it doesn't serve us. And the last week being off, yeah, I know I've done a couple of videos just randomly, but the last week being off has been really positive thing for me. It's given me some really good perspective. It's taken me out of my rage phase for long enough to clarify my path and the steps that I'm going to take next. Because look, in all honesty, I really was going through I really was stuck at a point where I couldn't quite move past it, and it was frustrating. Getting the batteries charged again was very good for me. FSL Sarah says the red pill can teach you to become very picky when it comes to women if you choose to still engage with them, and that's a good thing. Exactly right. Because if you are still going to engage with women, you know, and it's your choice to do so, if you choose to do so, it's important that you are regularly reminded of the red flags to keep an eye out for and to avoid. It's important that you're regularly reminded of female nature so that things don't come as a surprise to you. Sorry guys, I just got a Facebook Messenger call and it booted me off YouTube live streaming, so I'm back. So, and Dynamite says to Thomas that the red pill rage remains in the background. You can resurface at any time you suffer a new rude awakening. And FSL Sarah says, as a man in his early 50s, I can tell you that a lot of this emotional stuff men deal with in the younger years will work itself out over time, and the red pill will help this process even more. That's exactly right. Look, I'm 38. Exactly. MGTOW Viking, my man, informing women about female nature and let men decide for themselves. That's exactly what I'm choosing to do from here on in. You know, sometimes I'm going to be a bit more emphatic. Sometimes I'm going to be more emphatic about the message that I deliver, and I'm really going to drill it home because it's so important. Right? So important. Ugh. Oh, that's for you, underdog. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna tune out now. Just wanted to daily before and after fake up photos. I might integrate that somehow. Harmonic. I might do that. I might see I can. Might not be able to do it every day, but I'll see what I can work in. All right, guys. I appreciate you. I love you. I love my brothers here in the box. So good to be back with you all. I'm looking forward to giving you a very positive message every day and catching up with you guys on a regular basis and helping you all out. Thanks so much, MGTOW Poetry. I appreciate that, man. It's actually my birthday in about a couple of weeks now, so that's gonna be cool. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to some birthday chills. All right, guys. Taz, PM Barrett, Riff Magos, PJ, FSL Sarah, Hours Come, got everybody else who's joined me this morning. Thank you so much, MGTOW Viking. Looking forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. But until then, my brothers, peace.